This is Soy,
And this is Dyra,
and you're listening to Hair and Whatever.
Unfiltered Salon Talk.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So, today we have a hair topic. Does your man influence your hairstyle and how you wear your hair?
And our whatever is going to be, we actually have a guest here today, and her name is,
Roxanne.
Roxanne.
and the subject is,
So, what we talking about? Does she actually was in a relationship where a guy had her fiance actually had a huge influence over her hair and other things. So we'll be getting into that.
All right.
But first, we got to give away our crown
of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, of the week.
of the week.
And it goes to
Dun, 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 dun.
Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland. She was on the cover of she wasn't on the cover, but she modeled for a Canadian swimsuit line, and she had like this fly natural hairstyle. So we thought that she deserved the crown because she's rocking her,
Natural
natural hair.
Bodies on fleek.
Right. Oh, man.
I mean.
Right. So that's going to be our hair crown. So, yeah. So what do you think? Does your man influence
I'm on the fence about it. He does, in a way. And, he doesn't, So,
Right.
like, obviously, like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do at the end of the day. But I feel that it's to a certain extent, like, I did the big chop, right? Mm-hmm. So whether or not he approved of it, I was still going to do it
anyway.
Regardless, because I know that's what my hair needed,
right.
Like I ask my boyfriend every so often, like, do you, like, how do you want to see my hair? Like, we're going out. He's like, he don't care, honestly. But, like, it's just like, I feel like you want him to be like, you look good.
Yeah.
Like, like, because that's who you're doing it for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and you do it for yourself. I know.
You girls are such good girlfriends.
So, like, I don't know. Like, it's I'm on the fence about it, but I'm gonna do it for me because I want to feel good at the end of the day.
Right.
But yes and no at the same time,
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if that makes sense.
Do you ever ask approval ahead of time for something major, like a big cut or like blonde hair?
No, not like that. So, like I said, like when I cut my hair a year and a half ago, I told him, hey, I'm thinking about cutting my hair. And he was like, okay. And, for certain men, it's like, oh, I don't want I want your hair long and don't, like I met you a certain way. Like, I don't want you to change it. And he was like, okay. So I did it. I told him I'm going to cut my hair, so I'm letting you know, like, I come out of nowhere. My hair is like chopped off. Like, he's gonna, but I wasn't seeking approval, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You were being considerate.
I was being considerate,
Exactly.
like, just to see how he felt about it. Like, he was like, okay,
Cool.
And he sometimes says, like, I like when you switch up your hair because I feel like I have different girlfriends. Like,
there you go.
1 week I have such and such, Monifa.
Right. And see, that's the beauty of, like, like us, like having, all these different textures that we can rock. Like, we can just switch it up and hey.
But sometimes he's like, when you gonna wear your hair curly? Like, because that's how he likes to see my hair. Mm-hmm. So, like, I know, like, or if I do a certain color, he's gonna be like, so when you gonna dye it black?
So he has preferences.
So he does have preferences,
right.
And so, like, I kind of like to please him in a certain way, but I like to please myself because at the end of the day, you got to make yourself happy.
Yeah.
Because it's a form of art. Self-expression, like, that's how you express yourself.
So your hairstyles be on the statute of limitation.
So silly.
I'm not the type of person that I'm gonna go from like, shaving. I won't. I don't think I will ever shave my sides. Like I'm not doing that. Or who knows? Who knows if that's the thing and I like it? Maybe I'll change.
It's very considerate. I mean, we always have clients in the hair salon all the time.
Right.
Like, don't cut it too short because my man is gonna,
Right.
or, you know what I mean? Like, he like it this way, so don't do this.
Yeah, and
or,
and you have clients too,
Oh my
like that
gosh.
because of like their husbands that they won't do certain things to their daughters.
to their daughters. I mean, like, it goes to that extent. Like,
Yeah. And that's okay, because everybody's an individual, like to each his own,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's good for them for being considerate.
So, okay, so how do you feel? Obviously, Soy, you feel
Feels differently.
right.
Yes, I feel like I can do what I want. It's my hair. Like, at the end of the day, I understand. I mean, you got with me, and to me, I am more than my hair. And I understand that you like a certain preference, but at the end of the day, I'm a hairstylist. I'm going to constantly change up my look.
Right.
Like, I shouldn't have to be in a hairstyle just because you like it, I mean, I'm sorry.
But don't you like when your man is like, damn, you look good. I like your hair. He rubs his hand through your hair.
I guess. I mean,
Soy always told me it's just hair. It grows back.
It is. It's hair. It grows back. And if you want long hair, then I'll give you some clip-ins or something like that. And you can rub it through there, like. It's
I mean,
it's
technically,
my hair, so I'm not really gonna do like. The thing is, though, I'm gonna change regardless in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
not
'cause
just
you
my
grow.
hair. You grow, you
right.
evolve. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna stay the same person when you met me. Even
Right.
my looks are gonna fade one day. You know what I'm saying? God,
God forbid.
Right, God forbid. But
It ain't gonna happen. Let's not talk about that.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna look different. Like, everything is evolving. So, I mean, just because you met me, I may have liked apples, and then 5 years from now, I may not like apples no more.
That's a really good point.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, we have to, when we're in relationships, we have to, evolve. Like, I'm not going to like the same thing. I'm not going to do the same things that you when you first met me, that you were used to.
Can you imagine if somebody like from the 70s was like, I love that hair. And you have to keep that?
Right.
And it's 2018.
Come on,
I mean,
now.
just being an artist alone, you have to change with the times.
the times. Like, everything is constantly evolving, So
Right.
I think that, in relationships, you have to accept that things are going to evolve. Now, I mean, I guess, like, then it's like twofold, because it's like, dang, like, how you don't want me, if you want me to have a certain hairstyle, I damn sure don't want you to be like, maybe like getting overweight or
Right. Gaining some weight.
but that's like health too, so it's a little bit different. So I kind of, are
Right.
more favorable of like leaning towards, okay, this is a health issue, and this is just like
What
a
about
beauty
clothes?
issue.
What about style of clothes? I mean, that could change with the times. What
Yes,
if they
that
like
could right.
Right.
that members own jacket?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
I remember my partner used to have this daggone velour suit. I had to throw that shit away. Like,
See? So
like, you're not
she
wearing
got
this
preferences
past
too.
2015 no more. Like, this is ridiculous. I don't care if it is to bed or around the house.
Right.
You're not wearing no daggone J-Lo, Ja Rule velour.
Right. Things change. Like, like I totally understand what you were talking about. Like, as far as like when seasons change, like there's a
Yeah.
time for everything, as far as like, you don't see men wearing baggy clothes anymore.
Right.
That's changed.
Yeah.
Like now it's more,
tailored.
right. That's the look. So the same way, I think certain men is more about like, they're so like, I want to see you this way.
Yeah.
That's their mentality.
Yeah.
So, I think it's different for them. And with time changing now, like how women, are more into like independence and,
Right.
so they still have that instilled in them.
Yeah.
From like a long time ago, how I want to see you and this is how you need to be.
Yeah.
Like we all like, women are, oh, I want freedom and all that. Like, men are not like that to a certain extent, if that makes sense.
Like, what do you mean?
Like they don't, like, they're still stuck in the old ways. Like, now women are asking for independence. Like, I'm not like you. Like, we're equal, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we are.
But men are still not like that.
No,
To a
they
certain
feel like we're
extent.
here to please them in a
Yeah.
certain, to a certain degree.
Right.
No matter how independent. We can bring
Right.
money into the house and everything, but
And
we
everything. And
need
still
to
the
cook a
roles,
certain
the
way,
roles.
look a certain way.
Right.
Absolutely.
And their roles really haven't changed.
No.
You know what I mean? But our
They're doing
roles
the same
they're
old-
doing the same
No,
old stuff.
I mean, I believe for certain men it has changed. Like, they're using it for their advantage, but that's a whole
That's a
nother-
whole nother subject. Right. I was just actually watching a documentary on Netflix like just yesterday about that, like love and sex, and it's with the lady from CNN, and it's just, she goes around the world and she just talks about women's roles and how they see love and sex, and it's just, that's a whole nother topic.
Right.
Yeah, with those roles. I mean, so basically you're on the fence. I mean, you would
Yeah,
accommodate your guy.
yes and no. You
Yeah.
know, like, it depends how I feel.
Right.
She has boundaries.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
gonna ask you to a certain degree, but ultimately, I'm gonna do what I want.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how does he feel about like extensions, and does he?
He honestly, he doesn't like extensions.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, why do you have beautiful hair? Like, why do you have to, And I'm like, because I want to. Like,
And that's the thing, though. Like, everybody feels like, because people say that to me, too. Like, okay, well, why do you wear extensions when your hair is this way? Like, you don't wear it because you're not supposed to be wearing it because your hair is, like, maybe damaged or something. It's supposed to add to, almost like makeup. Like,
Right,
add
enhancing
to,
it.
enhance it. Yeah.
Right.
So, it's not just like, okay, well, let me throw some weave in because I'm bald-headed and I don't have no...
Right.
You know
Well,
what I
it's
mean?
interesting because a lot of guys grow up being taught that they should date women who wear their natural hair.
Right.
No matter if it's short, long, kinky, however, just let it be hers.
Right.
And it's funny, I found myself teaching my son that, and I've had to, like, since
Really?
then relax. Yes. I've had to tell him to just relax. Like, it's just the style. People are going to do different things with their
Yeah.
hair. Because I think at one point in time, it did have that stigma of, oh, I only put this in my hair because I don't have
'Cause I
good
don't-
hair, quote unquote, or
Right.
I don't like my hair.
Right.
So really it was teaching men to date women that at least are confident about their hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. People been wearing extensions since the beginning of time.
I know,
Like,
movie
you
stars,
know,
come on, please. Is that all their hair?
And
Absolutely
even
not.
before that, like,
Right, I mean, there's
like
a
back
lot
in
of-
the tribal, they were like sewing in different things.
In the courthouse, the white men wore wigs.
Yeah, those wigs. I mean, come on.
Right.
Yeah. So, that's just been since the beginning of time. People been enhancing
Yep.
and adding things to their hair.
So would you, like, if your significant other doesn't want you to wear, clip-ins anymore, what would you say to him?
I would say, too bad, baby. Love me and leave me alone.
So if he says, like, is it like a deal breaker for him? Like, that's it. Like, I am tired of these, like, all color clip-ins.
And it's so it's so funny because, my significant other, like, I remember him actually saying, like, it's cool when you got, if you do the colors, like the regular colors, but like when you get into green and blue and pink and all of that, like, why you want to wear your hair those colors? Like, and I'm just like, because it's fun.
Right.
Right.
Like, I want to do it. He's like, I just don't like that.
So
Sorry.
if he
He got
says,
over
like,
it.
this
Get over it.
is a deal breaker, like, that's it. Like, so is me or these clip-ins?
I'm going with the clippings, baby.
Oh, that's funny. You really would?
I would.
No
because,
way.
Yes.
I don't think someone would date Soy, who is a phenomenal hairstylist,
Thank you.
without expecting something
Come
like
on
that.
now. Like,
yeah.
I come in the house bald headed, Amber Rose it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't mess with me. Like, they gotta know. Like, I respect your opinion or whatever, but this is who I am, and I'm gonna constantly change my hairstyle.
I mean,
You
I get
know.
it. I get it.
And the thing is, like, you know, like we were talking about the other day, like, how we were saying that, you know, I think you were saying that, you know, you want your guy, like you mentioned earlier, like you want your guy to like compliment you and
Right.
and make you feel good. But I don't know, like I just don't. I mean, it's cool if he compliments me, but it's not a driving force. You know what I mean? Like I don't really feel like I have to have my man to compliment me.
Really?
Yeah.
If he had a particular look that he didn't like, would you wear that
know-
less?
No.
I believe, okay, so
No.
here's my theory on this, right? So let's just say you're not getting any compliments. Like, you know, you're doing, like, you're going above and beyond, like, and then this just goes for anything. Like, y'all going out on a, you know, date night.
And you looking bad.
You looking bad. And, you know, it's like, he don't say nothing.
It's something wrong with him then.
Okay, right. And then, like, he won't say nothing. He continues not to say nothing. And then it's just like, you're going to seek it from somewhere else.
I don't know though. Like, I don't know if I would be upset if he wasn't like giving me compliments.
You wouldn't feel upset, but as humans, I think, you know, you want that, you know.
Yeah. If your significant other is like giving you the cold shoulder because of a certain look or something.
Right. Like because of your hair or, I mean, just in general. Like he doesn't like how, you know, your outfit looks or something. Like, you know, it doesn't, you know, your dress doesn't flatter your body and your body
tough.
shape. You know, like it's kind of like, okay, well, you know, because you're stuck in your ways and you're like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm going to do whatever
shoot,
I
this
want.
nigga over here looking at me, so whatever.
But, you know,
Yeah.
how would you feel? Like, what would be the sense then, you know?
I mean, I guess if this was like a continuous thing that he was just not like every time, like I know that I'm like looking like the part, and every time he, you know, we step out and he's not saying anything, then I would be like, dang, like, what's up? Like, do you like what's going on? Like, what is it? Like, you haven't said anything.
So you seek some sort of like,
I don't seek it
That's
though.
a check-in. That's a to me.
I
That's
just
a check-in.
yeah, it's more like, you know, like, what's up? Like, you don't like this? But I don't have to have like someone saying, oh baby, yeah, you look good. You know what I mean? Like, I know that I look good.
yeah.
So
And
I don't have to,
and honestly, that's self-love.
yeah.
You know, like that's like self-love. And, you know, a lot of us have to reach that point where, you know, we don't
need to be validated
by
by someone
a
else.
man, you
yeah,
know,
telling
and
us.
like I said, like to me, for me, and this is my personal opinion, it's just like to a certain extent. Like there's boundaries. Like I'm not going to like, because you don't want, like if I want to braid my hair, or, you know, like, or, you know, wear weave every so often, you know, like clip-ins, I'm going to do it because I like the look, you know,
Yeah.
I think it's good to switch it up, you know?
It is.
And granted, like them niggas is looking at other women on Instagram.
Thank
With
you.
the same
and complimenting
hair.
and
Right.
sliding in DMs and all of it.
Exactly.
You
Talking
know what I'm
about you
saying?
beautiful,
Thank
pretty,
you.
and, you know, like,
Right. With the bald head. And
Right.
a fat ass.
right. Or with clip-ins and stuff like
You know what I'm
that, and
saying?
or, you know, extensions, weaves, whatever. Like,
Right.
that's what they doing. They looking, you know?
Exactly.
When it's yours, they don't, you know. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just like my take on it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, to each his own. But we do get a lot of women who come through the salon who do, you know, be like, okay, well, don't cut too much because my man is and that. So I know it's out there that women are, you know, they want to please their significant other, husbands, boyfriends.
Right. And like I said, like, you know, even, you know, clients that come in and, you know, with their daughters, like, oh, you know, we don't like them to have this style or, you know, braids or.
Yeah. My mother was one of those. Never did she want our hair braided.
Really?
Ever.
Why not?
Wow.
I don't know. She had a feeling. She just felt some kind of way about cornrows. Dead serious.
Really?
Yep. Our hair was done. Like blow dried, flat ironed, or just natural. But never braided. Matter of fact, I used to do my sister's and she'd make her take it out immediately.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. I don't know. Really weird. I never asked her.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So parents do feel a certain way. It may be for school. Sometimes schools require certain things.
Right, because
Yeah.
of like, um, bullying, because you look a certain type of way, and it goes all back to like, racism and all that. I said
Oh
that
yeah,
wrong.
it was actually a story. I don't know. I forget when it was, but I feel like it was this year or maybe last year. But it was actually, I think it wasn't in South Africa, or it was one of the countries in Africa, and the girls actually, protested because they were saying that they couldn't wear their hair a certain way, like
Good for them.
natural.
Yep.
And they were like, I'm like, how you gonna say that you can't stop someone from wearing their hair the way that it grows out their head? That's just
Right.
absolutely ridiculous.
That is crazy.
Like, no one is telling people with straight hair, hey, you know what?
Right.
You can't wear your straight hair.
Curl that up.
Yeah, curl that up.
Right.
Right.
I've seen like a YouTube video where one of the girls was like letting her, transitioning from like relaxing her hair into like, wearing it natural, like just in its natural state. And her boyfriend was like, I want your hair straight. Like this is, this is how I met you. Like it doesn't look tamed. It looks kind of like,
free.
not, I wouldn't say free. But yeah, I mean, you could say free, but, it doesn't look tamed. Like it doesn't,
Doesn't look professional to him.
Right.
Or,
Right.
yeah.
And for certain, like I'm saying, like for certain men, it's like they're obsessed. Like you have those men who are obsessed with the way they want to see their.
They're women, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, you get different type of attention from
Yeah.
the different different hairstyles that you wear,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you have men that like, now like obviously is like, curly, like, that's like, it's being embraced.
Yeah, it's very mainstream now.
Right. And so, I know a lot of men just like to see, natural hair. And, if they're going to rub your hair, they don't want to feel like, something. They just want to rub their fingers
Through your hair.
And to me, it's balance. Like, you can do it all. You can switch it up. You should be able to switch it up. Some people aren't able to switch it up.
Right.
We spoke about it last week or, like,
Yeah.
to an extent, So, I mean, it's hard.
Have y'all ever watched Millionaire Matchup? I don't even know if it's
No.
still on. It used to be like on MTV.
Oh wait, is with the lady? Yeah.
Yes. So most of the time, and I would watch it for a certain period, but it aggravated me because when she would get these girls in to meet these guys who are millionaires, she's like, "Okay, you're the perfect build. You're kind of what he's looking for. You gotta straighten the hair." Like she would say that episode after episode, and
you
I'm a person with wavy
serious?
hair. Like my hair is not even real curly; it's just a little
Yeah, it's
wavy.
wavy.
But it would be girls like that, naturally wavy hair. She's like, "You just gotta straighten it out. You prefer straightened hair." So isn't that a trip? It's like they want, yes.
Wow.
These men were like, I prefer straightened, blow dried hair
That is
on a
so,
matchup show. Like
that
it's
is
not
so-
naturally like that,
Right.
so you're
Right.
gonna see it another way. But yeah,
That's amazing.
to make themselves more.
But
appealing to-
even men are conditioned, from
right,
back in the days, how
Yeah.
it, like how we did it, like African Americans, like, or just, Africans. We all come
Right.
from Africa.
Right.
That's my theory.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, because television,
Is a huge influence.
oh yeah,
like they only have like certain women with straight hair on TV. And so men saw that. And so men now like that and they're attracted to that because the pretty woman who is on TV who has straight hair,
Yep.
that's what I want my wife or girlfriend to look
To look like.
Right.
Yeah.
with straight hair,
Yeah.
It's
Been conditioned. Or, even if they wear their hair curly, it's a certain type of curl.
Right.
Like
more of a
it's
relaxed
curl, like a looser curl,
Right.
that is, I want my hair to, I even heard someone like say that they even like test their women's hair out, like,
What?
yes.
What do you mean?
World.
Yes, like they test it out to see kind of what like curl it's gonna be on some real ignorant shit.
Dude, throw some
A
water
man?
on her?
Right, basically.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
No way.
Yes.
That's so rude.
Yes, that they you know, like they want to see what kind of curl it is to their approval.
Where is this guy?
Exactly. He would get.
I'm not gonna say no names, but I've heard it in an interview before. I was like, wow, that is so crazy.
So if it
like
draws
the self
up,
help,
you're
right?
cut.
If it's too kinky, you know, then no.
Men need to stop it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've even
Stop
my client. Shoot, this needs to be another topic. But my client, not my client, but my good friend who's a hairstylist told me that one of her clients actually dates certain type of people. So you know, if she were to reproduce, that she was guaranteed a certain type of hair texture from her offspring.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Isn't that out of control?
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not the first person, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Wow.
course.
Yeah.
Just like I know my mom is like, you know, my mom is from the Dominican Republic, and she's always like said, you know, she's my mom is dark skin, like she's probably like 3 shades darker than I am, maybe more. I don't know the science. But she would always date lighter skinned men.
Yeah.
To, you know, to kind of like, they say afinar la familia, which
Right.
is kind of like,
You don't want it to you know, you don't want it to like you want it to
Lighten up
Right.
the gene pool.
Right,
Like, you know what I
exactly.
mean? Yeah.
Like
you don't want it to look too African now.
a thinner nose
Yeah.
and like nicer hair and stuff
Right.
like that. Now it's obviously different, but she's been conditioned
Yeah.
a certain way.
It's
you know,
all that
European.
you're you know,
Right.
all in the Caribbean
Right.
and Latin America. It's just like, you know,
and they
the
don't
colorism.
even see nothing wrong with that.
I know.
You know,
It's so crazy.
right?
Hmm.
You know, like and even my father to my mother, like, oh, you gotta fix your you know, your hair, and my father would always tell me, like, you gotta go to the salon and fix your hair.
So how did he feel? Did he feel did he want you guys to have a certain look? Like, did he want you guys to like wear straight hair?
Yeah,
Like
he wanted me like to have straight hair all the time.
Oh wow! Was
Yeah.
most of the people in his family did they have straight hair, or was it curly or
Curly.
mix curly?
Yeah, like I have my grandmother's texture, so his mother had curly hair just like mine. My mom's hair is like a little more
Like
the coils.
yeah, like a kinkier
Right.
texture,
Like
tighter
in
texture.
like 4A, B, something
Right.
like that. And but still, like when he would see my hair like a certain way, because my mom would always do my mom loved my curls, so she would like do like the little with the comb and
Yeah,
and
coil it up and do the little ring like Shirley Temple curls.
exactly. That's
like
what
a
she
little
would
coil.
always do to my hair, and she would like pin it down with like those like clips on the side, and he would tell me like, "So pa vieja," meaning that's for old people. Like, why you have that in your hair? You know, I'm gonna take you to the salon so you can straighten your hair and stuff like that. And he was obviously conditioned a certain
Yeah.
way. You know,
They were all conditioned, you know, to think that, you know, straight hair was best.
right?
And it's all over the world.
All over the world.
All over the world. Any place that has been colonized by Europeans, it's pretty much, you know,
And it's sad.
it's really sad. But I think, you know, now that like we're in the information age, it's turning around now. Like there's a lot of self-love now. Thank God. Like where people are embracing their
Right, to
their
a certain
hair.
extent,
To a
because you
certain
still
extent, yeah.
have women who don't even love what comes out of their hair, out
Yeah.
of their head.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, but I like her curls, and if my curls looked like this, you know, I would wear my hair out, you know?
You're right.
So, you know, we still
We still
have
got some work to do. We still
you
got
know?
some work to do on
Right.
like, you know, your curls are your curls, and
Right.
your curls are unique
And I
to you.
believe also if men would kind of like help us with that too, that would be a plus. And be like, you know, like, I love you how you are and what comes out of your hair.
Right.
You know, your head, you know, like
Right.
I need that, you know, like so many more women will embrace it. But I blame hip hop.
Why you blame hip hop?
I mean hip hop and, you know, just like the culture today, like it's just like, you know, the music culture like today. It's just like a lot of, what men are singing or what people are, bringing out is like, oh, big booty hoes and,
light skin and
light
long
skin
long
and,
hair. And
I saw
we
this
still
video.
doing that though. We still doing that.
I think
Still doing it?
we're
Yeah.
integrating more with, fros and different
It's
shapes
still,
women, but
like,
it's
we still have work to do.
Yeah.
But if Jay-Z starts rapping about, natural hair and, Drake and all these like big artists, like they start rapping about, I want my woman to have like natural hair and natural curves, like
J. Cole said it.
even if it's a stretch mark here and there, I'll take it, you know?
And Kendrick said stretch marks.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You have,
Yeah.
a few, but
Yeah.
but still, like, we're still,
Or put them in your video. How about that?
right,
Yeah.
right. So,
Right. That's
especially,
some women with some stretch marks in your video.
right, especially for
I'll
the
be
for
right
the young
there. I'll
girls.
show y'all my stretch marks.
Right, especially
Because
for the
ain't
young
nothing bounce
girls.
back after no babies.
No.
Right. The young girls nowadays that they look up to all these artists that they're like, oh, I want, to look a certain way, or I'm going to get my boobs done, or my, ass shots, or whatever they want to do.
Right.
Because that's what they see in the video.
Yeah, they're seeking still, like, an approval. Even if it's not their significant other, still by the culture, they're seeking some sort of approval,
Especially now with social media.
with social media, yeah.
Like,
because everything is filtered. Everything
all,
is
right. We're all hiding behind a filter, but that's like a whole nother
That's a
subject.
whole nother subject, right? But I mean, I use filters too. I mean, hey,
Right.
sometimes because
We all.
Fun.
they're fun, and
Right.
Sometimes I don't want to put on no makeup, and it's just the filters. Just
But
right
we do
there.
have to embrace to, like, hey, this is a new, like, this is me on a regular day.
right.
Like, why?
Yeah,
Like, when you see me, I look like this.
yeah.
I woke up like this.
I woke up like this.
Yeah. So I mean, it's is a broad subject,
Right.
and how certain things, from back in the days influence men. I think that has a lot to do with it.
It does. Like just women doing things outside of themselves and for the wrong reasons. It's not like, okay, I'm just going to do it because, I want to do it. It's because there has been a certain standard that has been set that says that this is the beauty, and we're all kind of trying to seek to that.
Right. I mean, okay, so now you want to get into the whatever?
Yep. Get into the whatever.
So I was definitely one of those women in the chair at the salon that was like, do not cut my hair more than this many inches, and don't dye it this color. I never could go blonde. I was with a gentleman who I still am very good friends with, but we were engaged at the time, and he was very religious. And
I remember that.
oh my goodness, that was quite a period. And yeah, he loved my hair, loved my hair. And I kind of grew up, I was born in Hawaii, and I'm half Asian, half black. And so, we were kind of taught on the Asian side, because we were in the Hawaiian culture, that your hair is your glory. It says that in the Bible too. But, I mean, obviously styles change and all of that. Anyway, back to this guy I was with. I asked him one time, I was like, yeah, I think I want to chop my hair. I used to do this when I was younger all the time. My mom would give me a bob. It would grow all the way down where I was sitting on it, and then she would just chop it. Grow all the way down and chop. That was like the routine.
Right.
And so I thought about doing that. And so I was like, why don't you ever cut your hair? And so I just talked to him about it. I wasn't really even asking for his approval. I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to cut my hair. Just casual conversation. He was like, I didn't meet you with your haircut. It was like the music stopped. I was like, wait, what?
Right.
No, you serious? He's like, no, I'm dead serious. I didn't meet you that way. I was like, oh, okay, well. And it was kind of extreme, this relationship, because his culture was very different from mine.
So wait, pause. You didn't cut your hair?
Oh, no.
I used to have to just be like, okay, Roxanne, I'm going to like cut just like a little bit of this because we got to get rid of.
Just for trimming, I was like really scared. And he would notice. He would notice if
I remember you would tell
more than like 2-3 inches. If it was like 6, he'd go,
you got your hair done.
Yeah.
And would he be upset?
he wouldn't be upset because he was a very calm person, but he would make
comments about
Yes.
Like
I
what?
won't say he fussed about it. He would just say, how many inches came off? You know, he'd be very inquisitive about it. Oh, okay. Did it need to come off?
And
Or
that's so
what
interesting,
happened?
like to have like these men that are just so into hair like that they would just even like question you about the inches
Right.
that you've cut off, you know?
I have no idea. Sometimes I feel like it was a competition. Like, my girl has hair this long. I know this guy who just randomly would tell me, yeah, my ex-wife had 5 feet of hair. I'm like, who measures that?
Right.
5 feet of hair? That's a person
Right.
on your
That's
head.
disgusting anyway.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even do that?
Don't tell me
Right.
that. I don't care.
Right.
So yeah, my ex fiance was he was wild, but he really wanted me to keep my long hair, and so again, it was extreme. I was trying to embrace his culture, so that was one of those things that I just didn't really touch. I didn't fight with him about that. I was like, fine,
Right.
I keep my
And
hair.
did he like influence anything else, like as far as like
Yes. So again, he was very religious. So I would go to his father's church, and they would preach against
so what
Your
was
skin.
his religion?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me
Christian.
asking. Christian.
Definitely Christianity.
But what kind of like, because
No
Christianity,
denomination.
it was no non-denomination.
No
Really?
denomination. They said they were
I thought
Bible.
it was like evangelists or something. I always thought it was like one of those like Pentecostal or
No, they said they were Bible teaching, Bible doing.
okay.
Yep. So it was. I felt like it was Pentecostal based. You know, they were kind of affiliated with Church of God in Christ. If anybody's familiar with any of that, but yes, it was pretty intense. So there's a part in the Bible where it says not to, I guess, show skin of some sort or adorn yourselves a certain way. And I wore skirts all the way to my ankles.
I remember that.
Why?
Period.
So not only, because I was thinking, okay, if it's down all the way to your ankles to cover your skin, well, it said to dress modestly. That's what it says in the Bible.
And it's so interesting to me too, like with these religions, like how do they just like zoom in on like certain acts,
things.
you know,
Yeah.
and then just take it to the extreme on
Right.
that particular thing. Because it's like, even like some religions you can't wear, colored nail polish or
I couldn't. No
Was
nail
that
polish.
it? That
You weren't supposed
no
to wear any
lipstick?
jewelry. I kept my jewelry on though. I like jewelry. Yep, we wore no lipstick. I wore sleeves to my wrists. You weren't supposed to show any skin really. Definitely nothing low cut. And then because you were to be more feminine, obviously a man is a male and women dress a certain way as well. It had to be different from men. So we didn't wear pants. It was only skirts, and the skirts had to be all the way down to your ankles.
Wow,
I
that's extreme.
remember that too.
You talking about a wardrobe change?
Yeah, because
All my girlfriends was like, "Give me them jeans." They didn't even care. Like,
Wow.
give me the jeans.
So
I
you
wear
didn't
them.
you didn't wear even like Monday through Monday, like
Yeah, so I went to work. Like at first, I integrated slowly. So I would just wear it when I was going to church with him, and then when we got closer to, being engaged and possibly being married, then I just went ahead and wore that all the time.
wow. So he really influenced everything.
Oh yeah,
about your life.
Yep. But I never lost me. I felt that way towards the end, which is why I broke off the engagement.
So you felt like you was losing a sense of
Yes.
yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. At first, I really felt like I was trying to embrace his culture because I felt like his culture was the weird, like, you're different, not me.
Right.
So because I loved him, I wanted to embrace what he had going on. And so that's what I felt I was doing. But after a while, I mean, this went on 4 years.
Wow.
4 years.
That is
I know.
amazing.
Yep.
And did you ask anything of him? Like
No, really. It was like women were to be submissive. But again, I was who I was. I'm from Boston. It is what it is. I have a mouth. Like,
Yeah.
right.
So we had these conversations, but no, we were not supposed to really say anything about them. They could pretty much do what they wanted. Matter of fact, I told him, I'm like, why don't you try wearing shorts? Let's go to the beach. He's like, no, I can't wear shorts. So they had restrictions too. They weren't supposed to show their legs, and they were supposed to wear long sleeves as well.
But why?
Even at the
To be modest. They said that it was not modest to show skin. And
beach, it just seems like you're gonna have like a practical issue,
I
right
put
there.
my swimsuit on every
That's what
time
I'm
I was at the
saying.
beach. Every time I was at the beach, I wore a swimsuit. But, the other girls, it's funny because I would go, this was like my family. This was my group. So we would go to the beach and they would have on cover-ups and sleeves on still. And I'm like, what is the point of this?
Wow.
And I would just wear my swimsuit and go on. They'd be looking at me and maybe talking about me, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
Honey, please.
And
I'm
how-
from an
and
island.
And how about now? Like, are you like? Do you still have some like ways that you've embraced ever since then, or?
I've pretty much let it all go. I did accept some of it just professionally because I was always I was a young mother and also a young professional. So I moved kind of quickly, and I was 20-something years old, you know, in an accountant's office, a CPA's office. And sometimes, you know, the younger executives don't dress how the older executives are, and that could be a
Right,
problem.
right.
Our clothes are too tight, our clothes are too short. So I actually did adopt that to be more professional, and it's worked well for me.
So you still wear skirts?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So go to
typically
work?
To church, I always wear dresses and skirts.
And
So
how
that-
about to work?
No, I wear whatever.
Okay.
Yep.
But okay, so now when you go to church now, I mean, do you do it to be more modest, or you do it because you kind of embrace that part of
I
it?
embraced that. I really did. I don't fear wearing pants. If I ever wanted to wear pants, I could. But honestly, I don't wear them enough in that setting to even be comfortable. Like, I don't even think, if I'm quickly trying to find something, I won't find pants that are ironed. I'll find a dress much faster because I have
Right.
more of them for church, particularly. So,
Do you think that you've like learned something from that, being in that relationship, like that carries into like now your now relationship?
oh, absolutely. Because someone, what did they call it? Bondage. They said, you're in bondage. I didn't know how to articulate it.
Right.
Because like I said, after a while, I
This was a
started
friend that
losing
said that, or
my aunt.
Oh,
one of my
wow.
really good aunts.
Okay.
Who was also, you know, an avid Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she was like, that's just, all that's ridiculous. None of that means that you love God any more than, you know,
Yeah.
someone else. And so I thought about that, and, you know, the fact that my sister started making jewelry, he didn't want me to wear it. It was all kinds of things. I was like, these are just flags that are really boxing me into a corner that I don't want to be in.
Yeah.
So, of course, now today, I'm not going to wear something I don't really want to wear. You know, the person I'm with now sometimes doesn't like certain things that I wear. And unless it's completely unreasonable, like I got my butt hanging out, or
Yeah.
whatever, he should be helping me out, because that's by accident, obviously, if I'm showing something a little too much. But other than that, I'm wearing what I want to wear.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do your hair.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes.
you can cut your hair now,
I
right?
cut
You
my
can
hair,
cut your
yes. I've dyed my hair. Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
You can wear some lip gloss.
Lipstick, all of it.
Right.
Jewelry, nail polish.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of, I don't know if I reject anything that my current fiance says, but I know I'm not going to allow somebody to tell me and impose on me all the things that they feel I should be doing.
Right.
I
Right.
definitely second guess it very quickly.
Yeah. That's like a huge learning lesson, you know? Because I just really think that, you know, you should just be who you are, and the person that you're with should accept you for who
And
you are.
if you're gonna decide to, you know, embrace it, it has to be because that's what you want.
you want,
'Cause,
exactly.
you know, my belief, like God doesn't want anything forced.
Right.
You know, like if you don't feel it, and you know, honestly, like your aunt said, like that doesn't, you know, my love for God and my spirituality, because I'm not into religion, I'm more a spiritual person. You know, that has nothing to do. You can't say that I'm, you know, I'm not as spiritual as somebody that's in church that's going
Right.
every day.
Exactly.
You know,
Because, you know, this God, the universe, whatever you call it, everywhere.
yeah, higher
right.
power, whatever
Ever.
you want to call, you know, whatever you believe in, you know, like
Yep.
it has nothing to do with it.
And Dyra, you made a really good point. As long as you're doing it for yourself.
You're
Right.
doing it
Like,
for yourself.
and I think that's where I drew the line. Like everything I did it because I wanted to see what it was like. He never told me, wear this dress, wear that thing. I would ask him, well, is this the kind of dress that, you know, I was trying to embrace the culture, but as soon as it was like restrictions, why do you have that lipstick on? Why are you wearing this? Then I was like, whoa, what?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, the hair thing wasn't a big deal, but it's funny, it probably started there.
Yeah.
And then as we got closer to, you know, a wedding date, he was really like buckling down and questioning every little thing. And that's when I was like, oh, I cannot do this.
And I'm sure it would have changed even more once you guys were
Oh,
married.
yeah.
Did you
Right.
guys live together?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
No way.
It sounded like you guys lived together.
No, girl, please. I was celibate during that time. We were serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was another thing too. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what? Wait. What? Oh, wait.
No sex for 4 years. Yes, ma'am.
No way.
Dead serious. I was celibate.
I mean,
I loved this man. And I was like, okay, let me just see what this is about. It was not forced
Girl,
upon me.
she
I was
the
really
ultimate,
curious.
ultimate good girlfriend.
And were you a virgin then?
Girl, I had a child.
Oh yeah, you're right.
16-year-old son. She's so crazy.
I was just asking. Hey, you never know.
No.
And
Born again.
That probably made it
Born again virgin.
harder to do. Some people are like, oh my goodness, if you don't know what you're
Was
missing.
he a virgin?
He was.
No
Yeah.
way.
I forgot about
Yes, he
that
was.
piece.
Yes, he was.
He was.
He was
a
dead serious about his
virgin.
Christianity. Oh, yes.
Wow.
I mean, was he like a pastor's son?
Yes.
Or? Oh, he was.
He was. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. and I mean,
So you see why I was like, okay, let me see if I can do what
right.
the pastor's asking.
yeah. Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the
I
end,
mean,
I was like,
but you know, some men. I mean, some women do that. Like they'll date guys who say that they are celibate and they take on that whole thing. Like,
I mean, but what was it like for 4 years?
we focused on other things. We had fun. We were getting to know each other. She's so silly.
Baby girl.
We have ways of taking care of that on our own.
oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I was pretty young, too. That was 10 years ago.
That
So,
was 10 years ago.
10. I know. That's why when somebody was talking about a 26th birthday, I was like, whoa, that was around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 26.
I mean, but when you're young and you're like that age, you're more like, you want it more,
I was pretty disciplined, though.
That's good.
Yeah. Being a mother, and again, being a professional, all that kind of happened
And I guess you
quickly.
kind of wanted to kind of like make this work
Of
after
course.
having a child, and like if it didn't work out with your son's father,
Yeah.
you wanted it like, okay, well, let's make it right. Let's do it right.
Yeah, I
Let
mean,
me
in a
try
way.
something different.
Right.
Right. I really loved him, and I wanted to embrace what he had going on. I wanted to kind of protect his culture and his way of life, because I easily could have been like, what? This is crazy. No.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, that's there's a lot of women who change religions and everything,
Oh,
to
yeah.
accommodate
Yeah.
women who
I
go
know
to
people that become Jewish.
Jewish, Judaism, and
I mean,
or
if
Muslim.
it feels right, because you never know. Like, I believe God puts certain individuals in your life, or the way the universe works and how you act, what you ask of the universe. God brings those people into your life, or the universe brings those people into your life, and helps you kind of embrace that and kind of condition you to like, okay, well, this is what you have to do. So for certain individuals, then cool, like that's where you're headed, and that's where your path should have been going anyway. But if it doesn't feel right, and if it doesn't feel, natural, then
and it's outside of yourself.
right.
Like,
Because
I believe-
eventually it's gonna come out, and
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Right.
Because at the end, I was like, oh, this is crazy. Take
Right.
this off. Take this off. Give me the nail polish. And no.
Right.
Right.
I was never all the way gone. I just was like I said, trying to embrace him. But once I felt like, no.
Yeah, it was just like
Because
when
I
it was
don't-
just too much work. It was just like it was
Yes.
becoming like work. It
This
wasn't
is no longer
natural.
my choice.
Yeah.
Right. I don't see nothing wrong with nail polish. Like my mom is like very much into. She's very church-like, and
Really? No
yeah.
dark colors?
No, she won't paint her nails for at all. She only paints her toes, and to me, it's kind of like
out, where does it say that you're not supposed to paint your
her explanation is like, she's a changed woman. God, has transformed her, and and I respect her, her, but to me, it's like, I don't know. I question it. I'm that person that I question certain things. Like if it does say it in the Bible, you're going to tell me, how does this harm anyone?
right.
What am I doing? If it's affecting my my blood or
Right.
like it's affecting my health, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, for doing this, like, then I understand. But, you know, nail polish and wearing a skirt and all this, like, why is that wrong?
Yeah, people do a lot of things in the name of religion.
You know?
That's how you think. I think it's how you believe people are perceiving you, because there are certain people that wear certain colors. At least people feel that way until you meet like that cool grandma who is totally religious and she's got the black nail polish, and you're like, okay,
Right.
it's all good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but certain people will judge you, as we were saying earlier about hair. Like, I know plenty of people that are like, absolutely not, no locks, no, never. There's a stigma to it. So there's a stigma
Wait,
to
no
like the hot
locks?
peak
Like,
locks,
Like-
locked hair.
but that's, but in the Bible, there's like what, the story of Samsonite?
Samson.
Samson, sorry, I touched you.
He was a Samsonite though. Yeah.
That because he got his power from his dreads. I'm not really familiar with the
Bible
His
story.
hair,
Bible
yeah,
story.
His hair.
but he got his power from his hair. So what's the girlfriend's name, or the girl that they brought into
Delilah.
Delilah
Don't get me started with
Cut
Bible
his hair.
stories. I have no idea.
cut his hair, you know,
Right.
And
to
so-
take his power.
to take his power. So
But
And
he was
then
one of-
people just put a whole spin on that thing, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
But you know how certain people say that's like a rapper thing, or that's you look like a thug. That's what I'm telling you. Like, sometimes it goes to the extreme, and I'm not saying it's right at all.
It's not. Yeah.
No.
Right.
But they think like, sometimes when I put on a certain nail color, my son will look at me like, why do you have that? He
Yeah.
feels like it looks too young for me. I'm his mom. I'm like, you'll get over it.
right.
Sit down somewhere.
You be-
Yeah, because it's like people have
You be
like
alright.
these things associated with you know, with colors or just
Yeah.
things that are just like, you know, perceived a certain way.
Right.
You know, like a guy wearing a pink shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
You know, like,
Right.
You're gay. No.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it's just the color.
it's just a color. Right.
I had someone I ran into that thought I had cut my hair. I think you had put layers in my hair, and so I had the back up and the layers were down. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you cut your hair." I was like, "No, I didn't. It's back." And she's like, "Oh, okay. I thought you were going for the more professional look." And I looked at her. I was like, "What was that supposed to mean?"
Right.
What?
So there are some people who feel like long hair is not professional.
Like
When
you
all
need to have
kinds
this
of
soccer mom bob to
it's crazy.
out of here.
Oh, that's
The
so
stereotypes
crazy.
that people have about us. And I'm
And,
glad I don't know
and,
them all.
and
but I'm
let
like,
me just ask, because I'm gonna ask, like, what was her race? Like, what?
oh, she was definitely white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Irish.
Oh, wow.
And we were close. We were mothers in the same. Well, you know her anyway. Yeah. Yes, one of those moms. But it was funny. I didn't know what to
I
do.
never,
I'm like,
I never
like,
knew
huh?
that was a thing.
Because that
Right.
was like almost like, you know, it's like you insulting me.
backhanded. Yeah.
Yeah.
But certain Caucasian people ain't got no filter.
They feel entitled to speak
Yeah.
that way
Yeah.
to you.
Hey, it's their world. We just live in it.
Man, no the hell
They
it's
wish.
Yeah. That's how it is, you
wish.
know?
not. Yeah.
That's how
I
they
mean,
feel,
Right.
you know? But that's another story.
That's a whole nother
story.
subject. Right. That's due to colonization.
Sounds like you feel some type of way.
Yeah, I do. I do. People that colonize the whole world and try to set the whole status quo on, you know, on what should be.
And try to make us feel inferior.
And right.
Oh, please stop.
Right.
And sell you your stuff right back to you.
Exactly.
Let's not talk
talking
about
about
these
that.
head wraps.
Right. Head wraps, lips, butts.
I sent Soy this page. I don't know who it was, but it was this white girl. You know, no offense to the white people. She had like a head wrap, and that's like, you know, like from our culture. You know,
Right.
like
From African
Like from the
culture.
island. Okay.
right.
Yeah.
And then they were selling the head wraps,
Wait a minute.
and
For high, too. Something
And
that
she's
you
like
can
the
go to the
poster
fabric
girl?
store.
yeah, she was.
poster girl.
That's the only people. That was all on their website. Because I clicked on the
Right.
link, and it was like $90-something for a head wrap. I can go.
Buy the fabric. And
Hold on, baby girl.
Right. You can go straight to go over there to, you know, Joanne's real quick and wrap you up some,
Yeah,
you know.
buy a yard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I was surprised. Like, they will, like, you know, take your stuff
What?
and make it seem like it's better and that it
Trademark
hasn't
it.
been. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and here.
No, they'll take it, say that it is not cool, or like it's, this is not this is ugly, this
Right.
is not, and then turn around and do the exact same thing and sell it right back to you.
Right. What a shame.
That
Yeah,
is mental slavery.
it is. It is. I mean, but on another note, we wear our hair straight.
I mean, now I wear my hair straight because I want to.
Right.
You know, like, I like the look. You know, can't nobody tell me, like,
Right.
anything.
You have that option.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have that option. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
When
it's
people
an
are
option.
saying,
Right.
that you're not.
Thank God for flat irons.
Right.
You know, like flat irons, hot combs.
we
you know,
get to wear, our hair in different styles, like
because we want to.
because
Exactly.
we want to.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you're not, But some people will try to say that, you are still wearing your hair straight, like if it because the people who have straight hair mostly are, of European descent. Not everyone, because there's a lot of black people that have straight hair too, but the majority mostly have curly hair. But because you choose to wear it in the straight style, that you are being, European.
Right.
Please.
That's what they,
ridiculous.
like the Naxis, like you got those natural Naxis that, that are like, this is,
I don't want to
you're
have to
not,
feel like
you're not any,
I'm gonna put twists in I gotta put twists in my hair. So.
because I'm not being as natural.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, any last notes? I mean, like,
I just think that, you should just do you. Like, you should love you, and if you want to do something, if you want to wear a hairstyle and you like it, and as long as you think that it looks good, then it should be fine.
how about you? Being
I feel-
that, you kind of embraced it, and
Yeah.
now, like,
I like a balance. I really do. I feel like relationships are a give and take. So I'm not going to do something too extreme. I don't think I could walk in my house bald and it would be okay. Everybody would be okay, but it would be some
They'll live.
conversation.
They be all right.
Then again, if I wanted to do that, I could maybe talk some people into, getting used to the idea, and then I could walk in
Right.
bald.
But what do you have to say to, maybe that woman that is going through the same, and probably maybe losing herself? Like, what would you say to her?
Yeah, do what you need to do for you,
Right.
and your man will understand.
Right.
Otherwise, you find a new one.
Exactly. Because
Right.
you are going to constantly change, like not just your hair, other things are going to change.
Absolutely.
So even if you do meet someone that has a particular look or a particular style, eventually that's just, evolution. You're going to change.
Yep.
Right. I mean, I have the same thing, like, embrace you.
Mm-hmm.
Love yourself, because regardless of, like, is that, that woman in her 20s that never went out, and then when she goes in her 50s and 60s, she's in the club. You don't want to be that.
Do what you need to do for you now.
Right. Embrace
In her second childhood.
Yeah, like, you're gonna like, regardless, it's gonna come out regardless. Like, you're gonna be who you are.
That's right.
Our purpose in life is to get closer to who you are.
Yes.
As an individual, not to drift away from that. Right.
Conform, right.
Yeah. So,
That's the journey.
all right, that's it for me.
Yep. All right. Now, y'all check us out on all the social media links, and we'll see you next time on Hair and Whatever.
Bye-bye.
Bye.